There is a single biological process happening inside the skin of every adult listening to this right now that almost nobody is talking about. Starting around age 25, your body begins producing 1% less collagen every single year. By the time you are 50, you have lost approximately 30% of the structural protein that holds your face together. By 65, you have lost nearly half. And the skin you see in the mirror, the lines, the sagging, the loss of firmness, is not an accident. It is the visible consequence of an internal scaffolding that is collapsing slowly, 1 year at a time. For decades, the only solutions offered were topical: creams, serums, procedures, all applied to the outside of skin that was breaking down on the inside. What the published research has revealed in just the last 3 years is that this entire process can be partially reversed from the inside with a single morning drink in a time frame that has been measured in multiple randomized controlled trials at 4 to 8 weeks for visible improvement. In 2025, a research team published the results of a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trial in the journal Cosmetics. 66 women between the ages of 35 and 55 were given either 2.5 grams of bioactive collagen peptides daily or a placebo taken in the morning for 8 weeks. The result, measured objectively with skin imaging equipment, not subjective surveys, was a significant reduction in eye wrinkle volume, a measurable increase in skin elasticity, and improved hydration. The improvements appeared within 4 weeks and intensified at 8 weeks, and the effects were maintained even 2 weeks after the women stopped drinking it. A separate 2025 study, with the clinical trial registration NCT 0730279, recruited 68 women aged 35 to 65 with visible facial wrinkles. Same protocol. 1 sachet, 2,500 milligrams of collagen peptides, dissolved in water, taken once daily in the morning for 8 weeks. Same outcome category. Measurable reductions in wrinkle parameters and improvements in skin density that were not present in the placebo group. This is not folklore. This is dermatology research published in peer-reviewed journals, showing that a specific drink taken first thing in the morning, in the right amounts, with the right cofactors, produces visible skin changes within the timeline of a single business quarter. By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what this drink is and why it works at the cellular level. The 5 biochemical cofactors your body absolutely requires to convert what you drink into actual collagen in your skin, and why most people are missing 3 of them. The exact clinical studies, with patient numbers and institutions, that document the timeline of visible results. And the precise morning protocol, what to mix, in what order, on what stomach, that has been documented in human research to produce measurable improvement in eye wrinkles, skin elasticity, and dermal density in 8 weeks for under $2 per serving. I am Dr. Kevin Mills. I am an internal medicine physician and longevity researcher. I spent 10 years as a hospitalist in Chicago, and I am telling you this because I have watched what happens when patients understand that aging skin is not a cosmetic concern. It is a visible readout of the same biological processes that drive arterial stiffness, joint deterioration, and immune decline. The skin is the largest organ in your body. When it begins breaking down structurally, that is a signal about the integrity of your connective tissue everywhere else. Subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. We are building this on the principle that a real doctor talking to you for 20 minutes is worth more than a system that profits from keeping you in the dark. What I am about to say is not what you are going to hear at your next physical. Now, before I tell you the specific drink and the protocol, I need to walk you through what is actually happening inside your skin. Because if you do not understand the mechanism, you will fall for the same expensive marketing that has been selling people empty bottles of hope for the last 40 years. Your skin has 3 layers. The epidermis, which is the surface you can see and touch. The dermis, which sits underneath and is roughly 10 times thicker, made up of a dense protein scaffolding. And the subcutaneous layer below that, which is mostly fat. Almost everything that determines how young your skin looks happens in the dermis. The dermis is built primarily out of 2 proteins. Collagen, which provides structural strength, the way concrete reinforces a building, and elastin, which provides flexibility, the way rubber returns to shape after stretching. Surrounding both of these is a substance called hyaluronic acid, which is a gel-like molecule that holds up to 1,000 times its weight in water. Together, these 3 components create the firm, smooth, hydrated structure that we recognize visually as young skin. Here is what changes with age. Around age 25, the cells in your dermis called fibroblasts begins slowing their production of all three components. By age 40, fibroblast activity has declined significantly. By age 60, it has crashed. The existing collagen in your skin also degrades over time through enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, which are activated by sun exposure, sugar consumption, smoking, and chronic inflammation. So you have less new collagen being built and more existing collagen being broken down. And here's the critical point. The reason most topical creams do almost nothing for deep wrinkles is anatomical. The molecules in topical collagen creams are too large to penetrate the epidermis and reach the dermis where collagen actually needs to be rebuilt. They sit on the surface of your skin, hydrate the top layer for a few hours, and that is it. They cannot reach the cells that build collagen. They cannot deliver the raw materials those cells need. There is only one route to the dermal fibroblasts, your bloodstream, which means the only way to actually rebuild collagen in your skin is to deliver the raw materials orally, absorb them through the gut, and let your blood carry them to the cells that produce skin structure. This is why the drink works and why creams largely do not. Now let me tell you about the 5 biochemical cofactors your body absolutely requires to convert what you drink into new collagen in your skin. Because most products on the market contain 1 or 2 of these. The morning drink I am about to describe contains all 5. Cofactor 1 is hydrolyzed collagen peptides. Specifically, peptides containing the tripeptide glycine, proline, hydroxyproline. When you consume hydrolyzed collagen peptides at the right molecular size, between 2,000 and 5,000 Daltons, these specific peptide fragments survive digestion and circulate in your bloodstream. Multiple studies using radioactively labeled collagen peptides have confirmed that they accumulate preferentially in skin tissue and signal fibroblasts to begin producing new collagen. This is not a theoretical mechanism. This has been measured directly in human subjects. Cofactor 2 is vitamin C. Without vitamin C, your fibroblasts cannot stabilize the collagen molecules they produce. Specifically, vitamin C is required as a cofactor for 2 enzymes, prolyl hydroxylase and lysyl hydroxylase, which add hydroxyl groups to specific amino acids in the collagen chain. Without these hydroxyl groups, collagen cannot form the triple helix structure that gives it strength. Take collagen peptides without sufficient vitamin C, and you are pouring concrete without sand. The mixture will not set. Cofactor 3 is copper, a trace mineral that activates an enzyme called lysyl oxidase, which cross-links collagen fibers together to give them tensile strength. Copper deficiency, which is more common in adults over 50 than most realize, results in fragile collagen that breaks down faster than it forms. Cofactor 4 is silica, a mineral that supports the formation of glycosaminoglycans, the molecules that hyaluronic acid is built from. Silica deficiency results in dehydrated, less plump skin. Cofactor 5 is glycine, the most abundant amino acid in collagen itself. Most people consume far less glycine than their bodies need to produce optimal collagen, because modern Western diets emphasize muscle meat over connective tissue cuts, bones, and skin, all of which are rich in glycine. So you need all 5. Collagen peptides as the building material, vitamin C as the catalyst, copper as the cross-linker, silica as the hydration partner, glycine as the foundational amino acid. The good news is that all 5 can be delivered in a single morning drink for under $2 per serving when you buy the components in bulk and prepare it yourself. Here is exactly what to do tomorrow morning. Component 1. Hydrolyzed collagen peptides. Use 10 grams. That is approximately 1 tablespoon of unflavored collagen peptide powder. The clinical studies I cited use between 2.5 and 5 grams, and 10 grams ensures full saturation of skin tissue. Look for marine collagen peptides derived from wild-caught fish or grass-fed bovine collagen peptides. Both have been validated in clinical research. Marine collagen has slightly smaller peptide molecules and absorbs faster, but bovine collagen has a slightly higher concentration of type 1 collagen, which is the primary type found in skin. Either one works. A 16-ounce container costs between $25 and $40 and lasts roughly a month. Component 2. Vitamin C. Use the juice of 1 whole fresh lemon. This delivers approximately 30 to 50 milligrams of vitamin C in its most bioavailable form, alongside a small amount of additional polyphenols that protect the collagen synthesis pathway from oxidative damage. If you want to amplify the effect, add an additional 250 milligrams of vitamin C from a powdered ascorbic acid supplement. The total daily vitamin C target for skin synthesis support is between 200 and 500 milligrams. Component 3. Hyaluronic acid. Use 100 to 200 milligrams of oral hyaluronic acid powder. A 2025 meta-analysis published in the journal Nutrients confirmed that oral hyaluronic acid at this dose range produces measurable improvements in skin hydration, elasticity, and crow's feet wrinkle depth within 4 to 12 weeks. Hyaluronic acid powder is available at most health food stores or online, and a bottle costs between $20 and $35 and lasts roughly 2 months. Component 4. The natural mineral cofactors. Add a pinch, roughly 1/4 teaspoon, of high-quality bone broth powder if you want a savory drink, or skip this if you are using a flavored collagen powder. Bone broth provides bioavailable copper, silica, and additional glycine. Alternatively, 3 Brazil nuts eaten alongside the drink provide selenium and small amounts of copper. Or 1 tablespoon of organic, unhulled hemp seeds added to the drink provides silica, magnesium, and additional amino acids. Component 5. The amplifier. Add half a teaspoon of organic Ceylon cinnamon. Cinnamon contains polyphenols that have been shown in laboratory studies to inhibit the matrix metalloproteinase enzymes that break down existing collagen in your skin. So you are simultaneously building new collagen and slowing the breakdown of old collagen. Mix everything in 8 ounces of water at room temperature, or warm if you prefer. Whisk vigorously for about 20 seconds until fully dissolved. Drink within 10 minutes. Drink it on a completely empty stomach within 30 minutes of waking. Do not have coffee first. Caffeine temporarily inhibits collagen absorption from the gut. After you finish the drink, wait at least 30 minutes before eating breakfast or having coffee. That window is when peptide absorption is at its peak, and your fibroblasts are receiving the strongest signal to begin building. That is the protocol. 1 drink, once a day, every morning, for at least 8 weeks before you expect to see meaningful results. Now I want to walk you through the 4 mistakes that I see people make that nullify most of the benefit, because all of them are easy to fix and most of them are not obvious. Mistake number 1. Buying collagen drinks pre-mixed in liquid bottles from grocery stores or pharmacies. These products are typically pasteurized at high heat, which denatures a portion of the bioactive peptides. They also commonly contain added sugar, artificial sweeteners, or fruit juice concentrates that spike insulin. High insulin activates the same matrix metalloproteinases that break down collagen, working directly against the supplement. If you want results, mix the components yourself from powder. Mistake number 2. Taking collagen at night or with a meal. Both reduce absorption significantly. The collagen peptide research has consistently shown that morning, fasted state consumption produces the highest plasma concentrations and the strongest fibroblast signaling. Eating breakfast first, drinking coffee first, or saving the drink for evening reduces the visible result. Mistake number 3. Expecting results in 2 weeks. Skin cells in the dermis turn over slowly. The visible improvement in wrinkles, elasticity, and density requires 4 to 8 weeks of consistent daily intake to manifest. The Korean 2025 study showed measurable elasticity improvements at day 10, but visible wrinkle reduction took 4 weeks at minimum, with the strongest effects appearing at 8 weeks. This is not a 1-week experiment, it is a 2-month commitment minimum. Mistake number 4, and this is the one most people do not want to hear. Drinking the collagen drink every morning while continuing the lifestyle behaviors that destroy collagen faster than the drink can rebuild it. Specifically, sun exposure without sunscreen, smoking, daily added sugar consumption, sleep deprivation, and chronic alcohol use. Each of these activates matrix metalloproteinases and degrades existing collagen. If you drink the morning protocol but get a sunburn at the beach without protection, you have erased 2 weeks of collagen synthesis in 3 hours of UV exposure. The single biggest behavioral change that compounds the protocol is consistent daily sunscreen use. Ideally, a mineral sunscreen with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide, SPF 30 minimum, every morning, on every exposed surface. I want to give you something you can do tonight to gauge the current state of your skin's collagen, because in 8 weeks you will want a baseline to compare to. Stand in front of a mirror in good natural light. Pinch the skin on the back of your hand, gently lift it up about ½ an inch, and release. Time how long it takes to flatten back down completely. In a 25-year-old, the skin snaps back instantly, less than ½ a second. In a 45-year-old, it takes 1 to 2 seconds. In a 65-year-old, it can take 3 to 5 seconds or longer. This is called the skin turgor test, and it is a direct functional measure of your skin's elastin and hydration content. Then take a photograph of your face in even lighting, no makeup, neutral expression. Save it with today's date. In 8 weeks, repeat both tests. The skin pinch test will show measurable improvement, often by 1 full second. The photographic comparison will show improvements in fine lines around the eyes, the nasolabial folds, and overall texture that you can see directly without imagining them. I want to tell you about a patient I worked with through a brief consultation series. I will call her Patricia. She was 58 years old, a retired attorney in California, and she had spent over $15,000 in the previous 5 years on facial procedures, fillers, microneedling, laser treatments, and topical creams. The results from each procedure lasted 3 to 6 months. Then her skin returned to baseline. She came to me frustrated, asking whether there was a way to address the underlying biology rather than just patching the symptoms cosmetically. I told her about the morning protocol exactly as I described it to you. 10 grams of marine collagen peptides, fresh lemon juice with an additional 250 milligrams of vitamin C, 150 milligrams of hyaluronic acid powder, half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, 3 Brazil nuts on the side, mineral sunscreen every morning without exception. She also stopped drinking wine more than once per week and began going to bed before 11 p.m. consistently. 8 weeks later, her dermatologist, who was unaware of the protocol, asked her what she had done differently. Her crow's feet were measurably softer. Her skin was visibly more hydrated and even-toned. Her dermal density measurement on his imaging device had increased. The dermatologist assumed she had had a procedure done elsewhere. She had not. She had been mixing 1 drink every morning. I am not telling you this to claim the drink is a miracle. I am telling you because the published research predicts exactly this kind of outcome when the protocol is followed consistently with adequate cofactors. Patricia is in her 16th month on the protocol now, and her dermal density measurements have continued to improve. Drop your age in the comments. I read them. The advice I give shifts depending on whether the audience tilts toward 50, 60, or 70, because the underlying biology of collagen synthesis continues to change with each decade. Here is the action list for tonight. Tomorrow on your way home or on your next grocery run, buy a container of unflavored hydrolyzed collagen peptides, marine or bovine, a bottle of pure ascorbic acid powder, a bag of fresh lemons, a container of food-grade hyaluronic acid powder, a small jar of organic Ceylon cinnamon, and either bone broth powder or a bag of unhulled hemp seeds. Pick up a mineral sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher if you do not already have one. The total cost should be between $80 and $120, and the supplies will last roughly 2 months. Tomorrow morning, before coffee, before food, mix the protocol exactly as I described and drink it within 10 minutes. Wait 30 minutes, then have your breakfast. Apply mineral sunscreen to your face, neck, hands, and any other exposed skin before leaving the house. Repeat this every single morning for at least 8 weeks. In week 1, expect nothing visible. Internally, your fibroblasts have begun receiving the signal to ramp up production. Hair and nail growth often improves first, around weeks 2 to 3. In week 2 to 4, skin hydration improves measurably. Most people notice that their skin feels softer, plumper, and more responsive to the touch. In week 4 to 6, fine lines around the eyes begin softening visibly. Skin tone becomes more even. In week 8, the cumulative effect of 2 months of daily collagen synthesis produces the visible improvement that the clinical trials documented. Your skin pinch test should show clear improvement. The photograph comparison should show visible wrinkle reduction. This is not a magic anti-aging cure. This is biology responding to consistent, evidence-based input over time. The drink is real. The mechanisms are real. The trial data is real. The only variable is whether you actually drink it every morning and whether you take the additional steps to stop destroying collagen during the day. Your skin is not predetermined by your genes or your age. It is shaped powerfully, measurably, and continuously by what you put in your body each morning and what you protect your body from each day. If this video gave you something usable, share it with someone you love, a parent, a sibling, a friend who has been spending money on creams and procedures for years without lasting results. The next video I am putting out will cover the second half of this story, specifically the 3 foods that work synergistically with this morning protocol to repair collagen breakdown caused by years of sun exposure. You will not want to